After running a SaaS business for 10 years, like most business leaders, I've become increasingly obsessed over a number of different SaaS metrics. But if I was to put myself in the shoes of a legal COO or CIO who is procuring a software solution like mine, maybe a new legal operational management solution, matter management solution, practice management solution, doesn't really matter what it is, right? Then I think those same metrics that I'm obsessing over are equally important to them when they're procuring these things, right? So your typical procurement process, your RFP process, what is it? So I might define my requirements, might pull those into an RFP questionnaire or a supplier questionnaire, and there's often hundreds and hundreds of those. I'll issue those out to potential suppliers like ShareDo, score their response, do some demos, and make a decision, right? Now that process is super important. I get it. But if I was a COO of a large legal service provider, then do I really care that much about individual questions and answers? Do I care that the vendor's response to row 276 of 400 was X or Y? Do I care if they can produce an electronic bill in under 4 seconds or 5 seconds or 8 seconds? Well, not really. But I do care about the overall health of the business that I'm buying. And for me, that health is encapsulated in the same SaaS metrics that I, as a vendor, care about also. So maybe we can skip some of those questions, maybe we can't, right? But I would definitely add at least 3 questions in around the following SaaS metrics. So my number one metric that I would include in any RFP would be revenue retention. And generally, this is broken down into 2 elements. Gross revenue retention, which is the percentage of customer spend that carries forward each month or year. And plainly, the higher this number, the more customers are staying with that provider, and it's a good indicator of happiness, right? It's also a good indication of how well a solution is sold or indeed missold, right? So personally, I like to see that within my business being as close to 100% as possible. And this related to that is net revenue retention. And I go on about this number within my own business all the time, right? So it's gross revenue retention plus the additional services that customers are buying monthly or yearly, right? So it's not only an indication they're staying, but they're enjoying the service and they're buying more of the service. So revenue retention would be my number one of SaaS metrics that I'd include in the RFP. Yeah. My number 2 would be year-on-year growth. Growing tech businesses are happy businesses, right? They can attract top talent. They can keep investing ahead of the curve. And my God, does you need to invest a lot in tech. So you want a business that is growing healthily. But too much growth in a B2B SaaS business can be a bad thing for the customer. You get little continuity of service, little continuity of personal attention, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure what a healthy range is, but I would certainly say that it's somewhere between 25 to 100% growth per year, certainly no more than that. My third metric I would include then would be profitability, net margin, whatever you want to measure it by. And it's often strange you even have to say that, but a huge percentage of SaaS businesses aren't actually profitable. And that's fine where they're being supported by an investment environment that will continue to pump money into them. But in the same way that lots of companies can raise lots of money, then equally that investment climate can change. And if that money fails to materialize, then you're left holding a SaaS investment that's no longer there, right? And plainly as a customer, you want longevity, right? You're investing in these solutions not for 1 year, not for 2 years, but often for a decade, right? So whilst I understand that the 400 RFP questions are super important when procuring a new application, I'd be tempted to trim that down somewhat and put in the 3 metrics that I believe indicate how happy their customers are, first and foremost, and how healthy their business is.